But yeah, the boys chat is, I think it's crazy that anyone would be part of that. It's so gross and juvenile. And then at one point in between filming scenes for the reunion, Jax offers to let Andy in on the voice chat. And Andy goes, no, thank you. That's an HR issue. He's like, you're disgusting and gross.
That's an HR issue. Stop it.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah, and Zack was in it once, and he said, Jasmine makes a joke, the first vagina he sees, and he's out.
Listener discretion advised. Adult language and mature content.
Hey everybody, it is Two Queens, One Screen. I'm Jen.
I'm Keeley.
And Keeley is back from her vacation. I missed you so bad.
Oh, thank you. I missed you.
You actually have like a glow.
Thank you.
Where did you go?
I went to Hawaii, Maui. Thank you very much.
She has a very adorable like tie-dye Maui turtle sweatshirt on.
Yes.
If you aren't watching the video, it's very cute.
Yes. Thank you.
So she came back and she's in a really good mood because she was very relaxed on vacay.
Yes.
I had a good week because there's been great pop culture news. There's been a lot. We were just saying there's so much that has happened in the last couple weeks just in general. But my top things are Jax Taylor is fired from the Valley. He says he's not, but I think he says that it was like him that stepped away, but I think we all know that's not really how that happened.
No, yes.
I love that Hulk Hogan died.
Oh!
Because I really hate him.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, he was a racist, and that's the number one reason to hate him. But the other reason to super hate him is because he actively, as the top guy making the most money, refused to allow the wrestlers to unionize.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he fucked over all of his fellow wrestlers who could have, just to get, health insurance. He was a racist, and he was a piece of shit. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
I'm glad Hulk Hogan is dead.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Research.
And I love that Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson are an item.
Couldn't they be cuter?
They're so cute. If you had told us like 20 years ago that would have been a couple and it's wholesome.
No.
Right?
We would not have believed you.
No, I love it.
We would have locked you up in an insane asylum. Put a straitjacket on you.
What great energy those two have. I anytime a little video pops up of them being interviewed for the new movie, I'm like, oh, I have to watch it. It's so cute. No.
They're adorable. Old people are adorable.
They're not even that old. How old are they?
I don't know. Older than me, which I love.
Older than us.
Yeah.
We're just little tiny young things.
Yeah.
Matt made me watch Naked Gun for the first time this year. I'd never seen any of them before.
So funny.
And we're sitting there and it's just about to start, and then the first scene comes on, and it's like the opening credits where it's a car, and he's just like driving through everything, and you just see the light.
Yeah.
Matt started laughing so hard that he hurt himself, and I was like, I'm not gonna get into this.
Oh,
by the end of it, I liked it, but I am excited to see the Naked Gun movie.
Oh yeah.
So I always said that I don't want to see movies in theaters, and then I've seen so many movies in theaters.
Right.
Yes. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm going to go see that. I think that's what we're going to do for our anniversary.
Nice.
Go see Naked Gun. We have to have a disclaimer at the beginning. You said so.
I did.
Our awesome last episode, I really liked it. You did such a good job. It was so fun. It was all true crime story time. The whole thing. Fortunately, we're not going to do any of it this time because Keeley got to go on vacation, so we have so much Valley to catch up on.
Right.
So we're just going to focus on that, and then we'll figure out next week as it comes.
Yes.
Oh, the Valley. So episode 14 and episode 15, the finale, I feel like we just tread the same stuff over and over again. So I'm just gonna give you my favorite highlights and the things that I need to talk to you about that have been sitting in my head. The very beginning of episode 14, Nia and Danny go to look at a very cute, teeny tiny little bungalow that I guess is for sale for $1 million. Jasmine is a realtor and is showing it to them. Yeah. She's trying to sell this house because she's trying to get engaged and get married. And she needs that commission. But the house is obviously not going to work like immediately because it's 800 square feet less than the condo that they're in right now.
What?
And the bathroom is teeny tiny. It's been renovated beautifully. It's very pretty, very cute, but they can't add on to it anymore.
One sink. Wouldn't even.
Well, you guys have an extra gorgeous bathroom.
We do, but it has 2 sinks.
I only have 1 sink, but I have a very long counter. So I have all that counter space.
Right. They didn't have that.
They have 1 sink and no counter.
Right.
The counter is the sink. Yeah, it was. That's never going to function for them. But this is the first time we have seen Nia and Danny alone with Jasmine. Yeah. And they've just come back from Hawaii, just like Keeley. And they have that giant fight on the boat that all culminated around Janet repeating over and over again that Danny sexually assaulted Jasmine. Jasmine's girlfriend, Melissa, is like, keep our names out of your mouth. We don't want to talk about it. And it just, everything goes out of just crazy. Yeah. So now we've got these 3 together, and I think it's a shit position for Jasmine that maybe she can't say everything that she wants to say because she's trying to sell a house. No. Maybe. But also, it was not the conversation I wanted. I was disappointed with the conversation that they had at that time because it turned into Nia and Danny talking shit about Janet, which, fair, Janet sucks. Yeah. But I wish Jasmine could say what she wanted to say or could speak her piece. So either have more words with Danny to say, like, I'm still not great about this, or say, yeah, Janet's out of control. Instead, she says in the, the after confessional thing, I see what she was trying to do, but it wasn't helping anymore. And now it's triggering me and it's not great. And you're like, I just wish there was room for a more honest conversation. Yeah. I don't know. What did you think while you were watching that?
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. And I feel like all we're doing is chasing our tail with this thing. We're going in a circle over and over. And I don't pretend to know how Jasmine or Melissa feel. We shouldn't put ourselves in their shoes, and we shouldn't say this is how you should feel and this is what you should be doing. I don't think that's appropriate either. But also, this is, again, I feel like all we're doing is going in circles, and I'm not quite sure what the answer is. And so, but also Jasmine is, I don't understand what she's doing when she says, in some scenes she accepts his apology and says, everything is fine. I appreciate what you're doing. And yes, let's move on. And then in other scenes, she's like, it's so triggering. I can't deal with my life. Or she talks behind his back and says, right, it's not okay.
He's a problem.
He's a problem. And so I just don't understand. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah. And it's got to be complicated. Yeah. To be in her position. And so I just feel like I'm wondering if we're going to have more conversation at the reunion about this. Yeah. It hasn't happened yet. I think that Jasmine, Danny, and Nia, I think they all have good intentions of wanting to move forward. Yeah. And then everyone around them isn't allowing that to happen.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I think everyone around them is trying to make the answer for them. Like I said, I think they're trying to say, you need to do X or Y. And that's why they keep bringing it up. And I think maybe that's why, I don't know, Jasmine can't come to a conclusion. I don't know. It's just so strange almost, where you see Danny trying to do the best he can and then getting confused when what he's doing is not enough. And Nia is so beautifully articulating everything that's going on and trying to beautifully be this mature adult and trying to get everybody in on the conversation. And everybody's just so emotionally dysregulated about it. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Everybody in the outside circle seems to want to control the situation instead of the players on the inside.
Oh, it's so complicated. I found that frustrating. At the same time that they were having that scene, they also have a little girls get together. It's Janet and Scheana and Michelle. They're all at Sheena's house. Scheana is a villain to me at this point. I'm done with Scheana for all of this shit that she's doing in the periphery. And she does it in the finale episode as well. And she's doing it with this book. Have we touched on the book? And her,
I don't think so.
Like, coming out about Brock cheating?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Scheana sucks just as much as Janet does, but just in a slightly different way. I find Scheana so disappointing in her lack of growth. And Scheana says something as they're all talking shit about Kristen, because Kristen did lose her shit on that boat and say that Janet was a whore and that she was going to kick her ass.
Yep.
Oh my God. It went really south. But they're talking about how Kristen had also said that Janet was just a fan. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense that Kristen feels like she needs to fight this battle for Nia and Danny. And Scheana says, well, that's what Kristen does. She latches onto the popular girl and steps on everyone to get there. Projection.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
Sheena, have you looked in a mirror?
Can we play episode 1, season 1 back? Vanderpump Rules.
Right?
God,
over and over and over again?
Yeah.
It's just a little ridiculous. So I'm irritated that she's even there and doing this. Other stuff that happens, Kristen is talking about her fertility issues quite a bit. At this point, they had their miscarriage not quite a year before, and she's struggling with her infertility. And she and Luke had a really beautiful conversation about, maybe they need to look at other ways to have a family. And he's asking her what she's comfortable with, what she'd be open for. And I loved that conversation. Yeah. It was one of those moments where you're like, I don't totally understand how they got together. I think that they got together met at somebody's wedding and had sex behind a tent and that's their deep connection. They have so many things that are so different in their lifestyles, but I do think that they're such a good match. Like, they just support each other really well, and I really like that. So I'm happy for them. And after this really sweet moment, Jax comes in and he's just a dickbag. He's like, hey, congratulations, I brought you an orchid. I'm so glad I didn't ruin your engagement announcement. I'm so sorry about that. You did. And he did. He made her wake up the next morning to the first text, which was totally him just trying to be like, I know, and I could throw this out there, and I know that I'm not. It's just this weird. He says that he has problems with control, and I think this is just showing, look, it's not just to his wife. He's doing it to fucking everybody. Yeah. Yeah. And he said it's because he was going crazy because he hadn't seen his son, which is weird because wasn't he spending time with his son while they were in Hawaii? Yeah.
Yeah, he makes no sense. And his son is his excuse for everything. I wonder when Cruz gets older, is he still going to blame Cruz for everything? I don't know.
There's some real whacked out stuff that he's saying. Yeah. We'll get into it, but
yeah. Gross.
Skipping ahead some more. Brittany did some modeling for Kristen, for her James May. Have you seen those shirts? Like, have you ever bought a James?
I have not. I didn't even know it was still out there.
No, I mean, good for her.
I'm
glad that she has a business that's doing well.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. It's not my style. And you have to, like, tie that. They don't have, like, a cute cut. It's not fit well. It's just a t-shirt with the design. Yeah. It says, like, breathe and looks like it's from the 70s, which is on brand for her. But basically, they have a whole scene of her doing a photo shoot for James May, and Brittany comes in because she used to model with Jax for James May, and now she's doing it on her own. She feels so good about it. And then Kristen and Zack are like, P.S. Janet needs to shut the fuck up. Brittany's like, I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go now. Oops. And then she runs out, which I thought was skilled. She was like, no, I can hang out here and have a snack real quick. Oh, wait, I do have to go. Goodbye. Jax, he's in the townhouse now. He has Jesse over. There's like a couple, he's showing everybody his house and how proud this townhouse and how proud he is of it. And he's like, I got it because financially it was right in my budget. We happen to know that he has no budget. What the fuck are you talking about? You have no money.
Yeah. Did you write down how messy it was? Did you look?
Well, messy? He said he's still like unpacking. Ugh. Later on, he has more guys over and they talk about it. And I think we could just lump both conversations together. Yeah. Basically, he's like, yeah, I just can't wait to get Cruz here. He gave them primary bedroom to Cruz. Yeah. He's like, look how pimped out his room is. It's so cool. Make sure you tell Brittany that he's got a big TV and how great everything is. And it's like, okay, so you gave him the biggest room, but also you're in a townhouse with 4 flights of stairs. Yeah. What are you thinking? Yeah. You have a little kid. Yeah. And he's talking about all this stuff. And then later on, he has all the guys over and they're talking about it. And Jesse's like, yeah, you should really consider. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get everything baby proof. He's like, yeah, you need baby gates. Yeah. Like, those stairs, even grown men are like, the stairs are treacherous. And it's a brand new build. Yeah. This is how there hasn't been an accident already. I don't know. I don't know. As a mom, did you not go like, what are you thinking? Oh, yeah. This is not a place for a child. No. And you can't hear what's going on downstairs if you're upstairs. Yeah. I thought it was dumb. And Jax is whining about, like, it's really eating him up inside because how did Brittany move on so quickly? This is something I wanted to talk about with you. Yeah. So Brittany decided that she's going to get a divorce. Brittany's, like, kicked him out. Brittany started seeing, like, new people when they were separated. She had started, and he's like, how did she just move on so fast? And I don't remember if I read it or I heard it, but basically when a woman is like done, like she's been done for a long time, it takes her longer to, and I know I'm generalizing the sexes, but it will often take a woman a longer time to accept that she's actually done. And then once she accepts she's done, she's done. Whereas, generalizing again, men will more flippantly be like, we're done. But then they don't really mean it. Mm-hmm. And they try and pull everything back in again. Oh, yeah. Is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. It's like she fought for this for so long. Yeah. And then you didn't believe her when she said she's done. Yeah. Is what happened. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought, shitty. He makes himself into the victim of this. I mean, yeah. Over and over. And he'll say, I'm not the victim. And then he'll explain how hard this is for him. And he'll explain how he is the victim. Yeah. Jesse actually gave him really good advice, I think, in that moment. He was like, listen, you need to commit to moving on as well. She's moving on. You have to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Granted, I don't know that Jesse's doing great with that, but I thought that was good advice. Yeah. Yeah. And then he also was like, you know what I could do right now? Jax is like, I could just go to the bar. I could get drunk. I could just get totally hammered. Are you weirdly threatening? Or blaming Brittany for you threatening to go get drunk? That's kind of what I was, I don't know, taking from that. I don't know. 100% maybe not. What I heard. Yeah. 100% what I heard. And Jesse, again, so weird that Jesse's the one that's saying, he's like, but that's what people expect you to do. It would be way better if you decided to do constructive things and heal and work on yourself and prove everyone wrong. Yeah. Which I think was good advice for someone like Jax. Yeah. So
Instead of, I think, like, if Jason were in that scene, Jason would coddle him and baby him.
Fucking
and,
Jason.
you know, like, I like how Jesse handled that scene, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, versus someone like Jason in there.
No, I think Jesse is a really good, and you know
Yeah.
what I think? I think Jax is really good for Jesse, because Jesse's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be like that.
Oh, ooh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's helping, but you'd hope that that would be that good mirror of, oh, that's too far. I need to chill out. I need to be a better version of this. Jesse then talks about his divorce of Michelle and how Michelle possibly filed the wrong paperwork or something like that. Although I think in an after show, she's like, no, he didn't file anything and fucked it all up or whatever.
Yeah.
Their divorce seems like a real shit show. And he says something really profound. He's like, we're both trying to win.
Yeah.
And the biggest loser ends up being Isabella. And it's like, he says that.
Yeah.
But then none of his actions are matching any of that.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. Because I feel like on the surface, if I hadn't already seen the reunion, if I didn't have social media, I would be completely charmed by Jesse.
Yes.
Because he's saying all the right things. He's just not doing any of the right things.
Right. I agree.
I don't know what that is. Nia wants to get a mommy makeover.
Yep.
I would also like a mommy makeover.
Me too.
That was a fun episode where, as I'm watching it, and he was like, as you can see, your nipple is below the fold. And I was like,
oh God.
What? Is that a thing that I need to be concerned? He's like, and I was like, where is, and I'm in the mirror going like, where are my nipples versus my folds?
Yep.
Am I an extreme case?
Well, why are your nipples supposed to be up here now, right? I don't remember my nipples being way up here, but apparently they were. Yeah.
That's where they started.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
God.
just slowly migrate down. Like geese in the winter.
Yep.
If I don't know if I would get my boobs done. I think that would be nice. Too. I'm not really worried about my midsection because, like Jax told Brittany, I am a tree trunk. Like, all the stretch marks, because I had twins. And they went straight out, baby stacked on baby. So this is useless. No one's ever going to see that anyway. I've already told Matt, at some point I'm going to need that lifestyle lift. Like, when I hit like 55, I want them to just get rid of anything going on under my chin. I just want them to...
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to get what's the mom? The Jenner mom, Kris Jenner. We're not going to be able to afford that. Oh, but I just need, like a hair clip on the back of my neck.
Oh, God. Nice.
I felt really bad for Nia because she was like, oh, here's, not only was the things that I feel self-conscious about confirmed by a doctor, he was also like, and there, and there, and there. And like, ooh. Poor Nia.
Yeah, but he's a plastic surgeon and a man. I mean, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. That's what I think. I mean, come on. It's his job. Literally his job. Come on. So
it's just what it is.
It is. Yep.
Best part of this episode, in my opinion, Janet and Jason go and get tattoos on their finger.
Yep.
For their wedding rings.
And pretend that it's not a big deal. We're pretending now.
Yeah, he's like turning it into this positive thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, Janet had made a comment at the little girls get together before when Scheana was being an asshole.
Yep.
And Janet was like, you know what? I hope every time Kristen looks at her finger, she thinks of me, because she's talking about her engagement ring and how she was there for her engagement party or whatever.
Yeah.
You literally got a tattoo on your finger because of Kristen.
Exactly.
It's the projection.
Yep.
We're making circles with our fingers. Both
other way around, bitch. Yeah. I mean, come on. It was the most comical thing in the world. And then, yeah.
I'm not trying to shit on that tattoo artist, but that line wasn't even straight on Jason. Did you notice that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yep.
I know it's hard to pull a straight line, but
yeah,
I think he was just like, I don't give a shit. Get out of here.
Right. I don't like either of you. And for Jason to squirm that hard, are you joking? What is wrong with you, sir?
When he was like, my body is my temple. You're like,
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, not ideal.
No. And then as they're walking out, he said, we're Pam and Tommy. Can everybody just stop for a minute and think about Pam and Tommy and what happened to Pam and Tommy for a minute? I mean, they did not end up well.
No,
so.
And nice cultural reference.
Right.
It's real topical. She's with Liam Neeson now.
Right. Yeah, and he beat the shit out of her, so hello.
Oh.
Yeah.
So awful.
Not okay.
Awful.
Not okay.
No. Then we have Jax visiting Brittany and Cruz. Do you have feelings about Jax?
God, it never goes well. Never.
No. And there is something this is shitty. This is a shitty thing to say. But his interactions with his kid are like how an uncle or an aunt has an interaction with their niece or nephew when they haven't seen him for a while. And you're just trying to build rapport. And you're like, hey, stinker.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to the bounce park? And it's like, it feels so put on.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, anywhere but you.
Yeah. Yep.
And here's the thing. We've seen Cruz engaged with people.
Oh, yeah.
And he's very avoidant with his dad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So gross.
Just because this little child has autism does not mean he does not know or feel some sort of emotional connection with another human being.
Mm-mm.
So.
And I think if anything, it just gives him, every kid is different, but he doesn't feel the need to put on anything like false. Yeah. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Or
know who's safe, right?
Yeah.
He probably inherently knows who's safe and not.
I mean, look at how he is with Zack.
Yeah. And Kristen.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jax comes in like, hey, everybody, how's it going? And he was like, was I missed in Hawaii? Did you guys miss me? And she's like, no, it would have been weird if you were there. This side of Brittany where she is getting more aggressive with him, like not just direct. I love a direct Brittany, but she is also starting to get, and I 100% support it. Let me just say that right now. Yeah. She's getting mean and she's getting sharp. There's an edge to what she's saying. You can see her not just trying to be like putting a fire out with him anymore. Now she's not suffocating herself anymore. Yeah. She just, if she has a feeling, she's throwing it out there. And I am here for it. And he's like, I'm just going to be playing nice with her so I can get to see my son. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You dickhead. You threw a table at her. How does he still think that he's the victim is the insane part to me. Yeah. And he also says in the interview, why can't we just both go our separate ways and be friends? Well, your marriage is going to be hard to dissolve, one, because you have a child. Yeah. So that's going to complicate things. And two, all of the financial bullshit that she has to tease out. Yeah. I get heated. He's such, like, why is this hard? Money, Jax. All of your horrible, shitty decisions. Yeah. That's why. And he was like, so you do want to still get divorced? That's what you still want to do? You're still going with that? Yeah. And she's like, yeah. You did literally none of the things I told you to do. And he was like, okay, I'm just checking. Oh, and this is like, I think textbook reactive abuse. Isn't that what it's called? Where she's like screaming at him. And she's like, what are you doing? Are you on Xanax? Like, what is happening right now? She's like, this has been none of how you've been talking to me. And he's like, no, I just want to sit down and we can have some talks about boundaries and what the plan is with Cruz. And he's like very even and calm. And she's like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. And she's mean. She's like, he's not going to your house anytime soon. I don't want him around the nasty women that you have coming around. And he's like, no, I don't know why you're being mean to me. And she's just like hit her limit with him. Yeah. I don't know. Did you have any that scene to me, I thought just was very telling.
Well, here's the thing. He did that. And then when we get to the reunion, he does that in the reunion. Mm-hmm. Jesse does that to Michelle in the reunion. Mm-hmm. So these men that emotionally and verbally abuse their wives, that whole, I don't know what the right word is, that whole action is part of their abuse pattern. Mm-hmm. to gaslight their wives, their females, to portray the female to look like the female's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Well, I would feel crazy. Right. I'm watching it. I'm not even part of that relationship, and I feel crazy. Yeah. And he's like, I don't know why you're acting like this.
Yeah.
She had said, like, you're not acting, and he's like, well, you've already slandered me enough. And she's like, I'm not slandering you. I'm saying things that have happened. And he's like, you're just saying all these horrible things out there about me. And she's like, I'm saying what you did. I'm not a bad person for saying what you did. I'm not covering for you anymore. I'm fucking done. Mm-hmm. So she also says that she's like, only talk to me about Cruz, and I'm going to get full custody, and you are going to be responsible for half of Cruz's medical bills. Yeah. And I'm getting everything else. I will take care of everything else. I don't need you. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, you can't have full custody if I pay for half the bills. That's not how it works.
Yes, it does. Sorry, sir.
So she was on, I think it was Watch What Happens Live. Yeah. And Andy Cohen was like, when is your divorce finalized? Because it was supposed to be over the 27th. Yeah. Neither of them sent in all of their paperwork at the correct time, so now it's not until October. Yeah. I am so deeply curious about how this is going to shake out. Because I was reading about, somebody was writing an article about it, and it's like, most of the time, it used to be that the mothers were always favored. Now, most courts are heavily pressing for the 50-50 custody, and they want both parents equally involved, or some semblance of that. Yeah. And I wonder, like, how Jax, like, part of me is very nervous for how Jax will play this as far as, like, custody for things. But then she's got all of this videotape of him going, I'm not going to be paying 50% of his bills if I don't have more custody. Yeah. And you're like, you can't be trusted. I don't. Yeah. And if she's got the videos of him throwing things, and not only is he willing to, if she says you're not safe and I'm breaking up with you, he's like, I'm going to blow up our whole fucking life by never paying any of our bills ever again. I don't give a shit. I'm not paying for our car, our house. Like, he was willing to blow everything up, which is scary. Yeah. I don't know how you have a leg to stand on if you've done that, I think. But yeah, he's like, we can't. She's like, no, you're crazy. That's not how this works. And he's like, you make more than me, so I'm going to get alimony. And she's like, fine. He's like, yeah, how do you think that's going to all work out for you? And she's yelling at him. She's like, you're crazy. I'm done with you. And his response is, we can't have this yelling. We have to stop this fighting. I'm like, oh my God, get out, get out, get out. It makes me angry. But he sucks. And that just is going to carry on. In the finale, Lala has her baby Sosa. She named her baby Sosa. I think that's very cute. Yeah. I don't know what that name means, but I like it. Michelle, they're asking Michelle if she wants to have another baby, and she's like, I thought I was one and done, but Aaron really wants to have multiple kids, and I said no, but I might have one more. Yeah. And I want to get engaged, which, spoiler alert, we know now they've broken up. Yeah. Which is sad.
I know. It's super weird and kind of sad. I don't know.
I want to get an explanation, but we all know that we're never going to hear about the details of it.
Oh, God, no. She would never say. She's going to keep that away from Jesse, so she's not going to say.
Yeah, good for her. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Protect your peace. Yep. That was the mantra from the last one. Mm-hmm. Protect your peace.
Yep.
Michelle, go for it.
Yep.
Brittany gives everyone a recap about how Jax is nuts.
Yep.
And then also mentions that everyone hates Janet.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Brittany. Of course.
Yep. And that is actually when Janet said the thing about, I hope every time Kristen looks at her ring. It's like, bitch, you just got a tattoo because of Kristen about a ring.
Yeah.
Projection. Jax has all the guys over. Mm-hmm. All of the hypocrisy. So everything about, like, he's showing everything off. Make sure you tell Brittany. When you see Brittany, make sure you tell her. He goes through the house and they're like, you really need to get baby gates.
Yeah.
This is not actually an appropriate setup for a child.
Yeah.
And then he takes everybody up onto the deck and he's handing out, he's like, do you want a beer? Let me give you a beer. I thought he was just out of rehab. But as we know, Jax doesn't have a problem with drugs and alcohol. He's an anger problem, which leads to him abusing drugs and alcohol. Is how he is
rationalizing it.
That's the word.
And not taking responsibility for anything. Ever.
Well,
Never,
they
ever.
made him mad. He's triggered. He's working on it, though.
Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
He's talking about how Brittany's hot and cold with him, and all she's doing is messaging him about the house, the flower beds, and he's like, she's not going to be able to take care of this house on her own. Also brought up in the after show, or in the Watch What Happens Live, Brittany's like, I hired a gardener. It looks gorgeous. I love it so much. I wasn't texting him to say, what do I do with X, Y, and Z? How do I manage X, Y, and Z? I was showing him, look, I did this. Look, this is taken care of. You thought I couldn't handle the lawn? Done.
Yeah.
It was really hard. I wrote a check.
Yeah.
Sent a Venmo. And it's done. And look how good it looks. He read that as like, she's trying to fuck me.
Yeah.
She wants me back. But then she yells at me in person. Like, he cannot see what's going on. Or he's actively choosing not to.
Yeah.
And Jason, as he's hearing Jax talk about this, he goes, do you think Brittany's breadcrumbing you?
See, what did I say about Jason? What did I say?
How do you... Jason's on my shit list. I don't know that he's ever going to come back from this season. I don't think I'm ever going to come around on him again because that's fucking disgusting and vile.
Oh, yeah.
After everything that Jason has seen between Jax and Brittany, everything that he knows, because he knows about her knee turning black after she had a table thrown at it.
Yep.
He broke all of her shit. Jason saw all of that, and I was like, is Brittany breadcrumbing you?
Yep. No, sir.
The audacity that Jason can make up with Jax and support Jax and is a piece of shit to Danny.
Yep.
Disgusts me.
Yep.
I don't know how you can vilify Danny and give Jax a pass.
Oh,
I get being pissed at Danny. If you're going to be pissed at Danny and that's what you're standing by and you say this is beyond what my ethics and morals are, I can't stand by it, go for it and I can support you in that. I would be friends with Danny still, but I get it. Going back to Jax doesn't make sense to me.
No.
And did you see the part where Jason's like, well, Jax has always had everybody scrutinizing him. Weren't there several fights about Danny in this group over the last season? So Danny's being vilified in the group, and he's like, he's always stood up and taken responsibility. We've talked about what Danny has done.
Yeah.
Taking responsibility.
Right.
I don't know where Jason gets off. I really don't.
No.
And Luke is there being the voice of reason, going, I don't think it's the baby proofing totally. I think, the house is nice and you're going to get that done, but it's also your lifestyle that I think she's probably concerned with. And then they come up with this plan that Jax is going to put a camera in the house that Brittany can watch when Cruz is there.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's a great idea. I don't know why that seems like good enough.
Yeah.
I don't understand the logic of this group of guys in that. Jax is doing a great job. You just put a camera and everything's fine. What is going? I don't get it.
No.
You're all drinking beers with him. As they're all drinking, they're also, Luke is like, so we're all having a beer. How come you didn't invite Danny? And he's like, because he's obviously out getting drunk somewhere.
Oh, you think?
This is projection.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
Yep.
I can't.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's what Jason said. Jason said that Jax is held more accountable. Is everyone holds Jax more accountable than they hold Danny?
I don't think so, because Jason keeps bringing up Danny over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And then Jax says that Danny's two-faced. I don't...
How is he two-faced?
What are we doing? What am I missing?
There's something going on that we are very much not aware of.
Right.
But they keep going like, well, here's another thing. And it's I'm not convinced by any of it.
No.
Yeah. Jesse and Michelle get together. Jesse cries. And he's like, I'm tired. Whatever power I have, I hand it over to you. I just want this to be done and over with. I just need you to be less resentful, and I'll be a little bit less irrational. And then let's be friends at the end of this. And she's like, okay. And they hug. And spoiler alert, it's all shit still. They're still not divorced. Everything's a mess. He's being an asshole.
Yeah.
There's this part where they were like, he starts to cry and she's like, okay. And then it just like stops, and they talk about this in the reunion. But weaponizing his tears, Jesse Lally. But she invites him to her Zen party. I would have liked to go to her Zen party.
I kind of want to have a Zen party. I love crystals. I think that sounded super cool.
Yeah, and the location was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Kristen and Brittany get together.
Yeah.
Kristen's having... This is the first time that they're giving her the title or the description of being infertile, and that's really hard pill for her to swallow, which heartbreaking for her. So she's going to start hormones and IUI. Benji and Zack get together. So I did think this was interesting. I wish we had more Benji this season.
I know.
He's just so fucking cute. So Benji is getting a divorce, and his divorce is going to get finalized in Canada on Zack's birthday.
Yeah.
Which is a weird coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of learned Benji didn't want a divorce. Like, when all of this started, this is before he was with Zack, Benji was not the person asking for a divorce. And he was really brokenhearted about it, and he didn't think that he wanted this to happen. And meeting Zack, and now he's in LA. LA is starting to not just feel like he's visiting, it's starting to feel like a home with him. He's actually looking forward to the divorce, and I thought that was, he's like, I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
And Zack's like, yeah, I want to get engaged. Although Zack also goes, I don't know what his plans are, but I would like to get married. It was like, oh, you should have that conversation, Zack.
Right.
That's a conversation.
Yeah.
But they're cute, and I see good things for them to do at the Zen party. So Michelle at her Zen party, it's this like rooftop restaurant, gorgeous Japanese garden set up. It's really, really nice. And she gives out these gifts to everyone. She's very into crystals. So you're into crystals.
Mm-hmm.
My stepmom's into crystals. I like the idea of it. I just haven't partaken. I haven't gotten involved with it. I like to hear about it. I think they're pretty. What do you have crystals?
I do. I have crystals, and I have them in my nightstand. I carry one in my purse, and I like the idea of them. And I mean, I believe that they do something. I think it's all about belief. That being said, I like the look of them, and I like the feel of them, because some of them are obviously, right, smooth, and that's the purpose of them, right? The one crystal is to hold on to make you calm, right? Because it's smoother, and so you hold on to it and, you know, rub it to make you less anxious, right? And that kind of a thing. So, but anyway, I do like the idea of them, and I just think they're cool.
I think they're cool. My stepmom is really into them. I've actually gotten her a couple of gifts. And I'm actually going on Friday to a Reiki meeting.
Nice.
Where I get to kind of watch as they're like practicing Reiki, and then also there's like the singing bowls, and I think those are typically made out of crystal of some sort. Do you know who's really into singing bowls and Reiki and crystals? Is Raquel.
Boo.
Rachel Raquel from the Vanderpump, and she has like reinvented herself as a singing bowl healer person.
Oh, is Allie into it too, or just?
No, I think Allie's just into horoscopes.
Oh, okay.
She might be into crystals.
Oh, okay.
But I think hers is more astrological and like witchy.
Okay.
And Raquel is more into vibrations.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if all of that was like together or if they're separate.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll talk to Des about it. And
okay.
Although I know that Dad and Des both have their like charts read.
Yeah.
And then there's like different planets in your chart.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad's planets make a perfect square
Ooh.
on his chart, which is really rare. And that's like what makes him like such a very specific personality. Mm-hmm. Doesn't it kind of make sense to hear that Dad is a perfect square?
Yes. 100%. Makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't totally understand it, but I hear that and I go, yep, that makes sense. I'm into it. But Michelle, I think, had this fantastic idea, and it's a big group of people. She went through and got a crystal or a stone.
Yeah.
Very thoughtfully for each person, and then gave each of them affirmations specifically for them. Yeah. And every person opened it up and read it out loud, and they were all really nice. Even like for people that she's not on good terms with. She had these very kind, thoughtful messages, and this like, what a gorgeous Michelle. Like
I loved it.
I've kind of been whatever about her, not against her, not for her, just like, you know, I want good things for her, and you know she's going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
But it was just, I think that's the most of her that we've seen that wasn't just her reacting to what's going on around her.
Yeah.
And I was like, seeing that part of her made me go, oh, I do like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had nice affirmations. I like affirmations. I have to do them because my therapist makes me. And I find them to be very helpful. So, like, my favorite affirmation is, I'm so lucky, good things happen to me because I'm a good person. And progress, not perfection. I make mistakes, and that's okay. So those are the ones that I say to myself all the time. But you should do the I'm so lucky one. I do it all the time. Like, if I get a good parking spot, I say that one to myself. Or, like, if I get a good deal online, if I'm buying something, it's like, ooh, you get a coupon. I'm like, ooh, I'm so lucky. And the more you say it, the more you realize that it's very true. Because look at all of these good things that are happening to me. I'm very lucky.
Okay.
So everyone think about it. Maybe do that. But this poor Zen party, I mean, you hear Zen party with this group and you know that shit's going to hit the fan.
Oh my God. It couldn't have been less. just the worst, off the rails.
She had, I think, good intentions.
Yeah.
But if she gave it she spent all of her thoughtfulness on the gifts.
I know.
And then after this, everyone around her was like, I'm going to burn it down.
And Zack just got wasted and burned it down to the ground.
Well, within a moment, he had already, like, pounded his fist into a table and gotten sushi all over his sleeve.
Oh, I love him so much.
Poor Zack. Brittany and Jax, of course, have to step aside and have a conversation.
Ugh, they don't, but he pulls her. I'm going to pull you for a chat.
Just gonna have a quick chat real quick. And he basically says, you're not going to be able to handle this. Like, you think you can, but you can't. And she's like, I've already been handling the house. Remember all those text messages? He's like, you're flirting with me. And she's like, no, I'm proving to you that I got it. I got it all.
Ugh,
and he's like,
gross.
These finances are going to be really hard for you. You're going to learn soon. Like, he acts like he knows better than her.
Yeah.
Like, she hasn't been carrying the family since fucking COVID.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're going to realize here in a couple months that the financial side of this is going to be too much for you. And she's like, I've been fine. And why is it hard for me? Mm-hmm. And we all know, because it is tax evasion.
Oh, God. Yep.
And because he doesn't want to pay for anything, and he's purposely holding everything up. And she's like, well, I'm filing. We can do this. And he's like, well, I'm going to wait until the very last day. And she's like, why?
Yep.
And he's like, just because I can.
Because I can.
He's being such a fucking asshole.
Yep.
On purpose. What did he think, that he was going to have that conversation? She was going to go, maybe we should give it one last try.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's genuinely what he thought was going to happen.
100%. It's all about control. He's just throwing anything at the wall to see what's going to stick and see if she's going to open her legs and be like, yeah, let's go have sex over here and I'll just do whatever you want. Yeah. And if he's going to be mean to her, if he's going to nice to her, if he's going to tell her what to do, if he's going to shame her, if he's going to do all of these different things, something's going to work, right? Threaten her, tell her she's stupid, emotionally abuse her, verbally abuse her, financially abuse her, and something's going to work, and nothing is working yet.
It's just not sticking, and she's not reacting to it. So, and one of the things that she says that I thought was really interesting is that suddenly her blinders are off.
Yeah.
Suddenly she's looking at him, and she sees how greasy he is. She's like, he's got these big pores on his nose. His forehead is greasy. He's got these veins bulging out.
Yeah. He's
just a greasy, stinky man-child. When I look at him, she's like, I never saw it. And then all of a sudden I see it.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope. I'm just glad for her that she's seeing things more clearly. And I don't think she's going to get sucked back in. I think there was a point where she could have. And I think that her filing for divorce while he was in the mental health facility, I think that was the best thing she could have done, because I think otherwise this would be a cycle for the next several years.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not even the most intense part of this.
No.
So starting off slow, Janet goes, I think I owe Nia a conversation or maybe an apology. Yeah, you fucking do. And she acts like she's kind of going to go do that. And Nia's like, thank you. I appreciate that. I want some space. Like, she doesn't really want an apology. She just wants nothing to do with Janet.
Yay.
So that goes that way.
Yeah.
Jesse starts crying about how his financials are really rough. It's really hard for him to be a single father, and he wants to be growth, not show growth, but also it's all really fucking hard. He's like, Michelle's just trying to win at everything. I don't know. I don't think you're putting her in a great position, but he can't see that.
Nope.
Danny isn't drinking, and I guess Luke is like, yeah, he didn't have anything to drink in Hawaii, which I think Hawaii is probably great, but wouldn't it be better with a Mai Tai?
Mm-hmm.
And Danny said, no, not for me this time. So good for Danny. And then you have Jax seething over this. Danny's drinking an ice water. Danny actually he's like, this is my 7th water with lemon. Danny is not having a good time at this party. Jax just unravels because of Danny. He didn't get what he wanted for Brittany, so he's going to go after Danny instead. Yep. And he's like, everyone thinks that he's a nice guy, but you know who else was? Jeffrey Dahmer. And they're like, who was it? Jason and was it Jason and Jesse? Jason and Aaron maybe? And they were like, okay. No, that's no. Stop it. Cool your jets. And he's like, what? Who was the other guy? Who's the Ted Bundy? And he's like, no, that's they're. No. He was a nice guy. Everyone thought he was a nice guy. The point of my story is that people thought he was a nice guy. And they're like, are you comparing Danny to Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy? That's not what you should be doing, Jax? And
Yeah.
Jax, meanwhile, is vodka sodaing
Yep.
it up all night.
Yep.
Jack's like, oh, I can do a shot. I haven't had a drink in an hour.
Oh, okay.
What is he doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think he should get to look so perfect. This is all a game. This is all a show. Projection.
Yep.
And he goes after Danny, and he's like, hey, what's going on? And Danny's like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
You had a bunch of get-togethers this week. You didn't invite me to any of them. So I know that you're trying to make a point here. And Jax is like, buddy, you're a good father. I'm not saying you're not a good father, but you are a terrible drunk. It's like, nobody asked you what you thought of his parenting. And also, Jax, you're not the one. You're not the one right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of saw the same thing with Lala in Vanderpump when Lala gets sober. And then she's like the first one to point out to everyone else who's the bad drunk.
Yeah.
Which maybe is just part of the process, but... Oh.
But also, Jax is not sober.
No.
Right. He's not sober. Just
and Danny's like,
FYI.
You don't have a leg to stand on right
Yeah.
now. And he's like, well, actually, alcohol isn't my problem. Anger's my problem.
Oh, Lord.
Which
here we
leads
go.
to problems with drugs and alcohol. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Jax.
Nope.
And you're really mad. And then I guess there was some rumor that went around that Danny and Nia had said that they're protected. Some people are saying it came from Janet.
Of course it did.
Probably.
Janet to Brittany to Jax.
Yeah.
Of course it did. That's exactly what happened.
And they're like, well, what does that even mean? And they're like, well, it's because they're like a perfect couple, or it's because the fans like them, they're protected. And then Lala was like, is it because they're so religious that they're like protected? It's like, maybe.
What?
Maybe. But Jack's like, you're not perfect. This isn't like Miss Universe. It isn't a beauty pageant. You're not perfect. And he just desperately wants everyone to acknowledge that Danny and Nia aren't perfect. Like, that's his biggest problem at the moment.
I know.
Is he needs somebody to call out Danny. It's projection and deflection. Comical. Everything just unravels even worse, which leads into other fights. Danny's like, Jax is sleeping with his staff.
Oh, God.
Scheana is confronting Kristen and Zack. She's like, you're saying that I'm saying that
oh my God.
Jenna is the problem. Which, why are we still talking about Jenna?
What?
Scheana.
Yeah.
And I literally just paired everybody up. Michelle then
Me too.
confronts Jessie about her sick mom.
Yep.
Janet, everyone's mad at Janet.
Yep.
Zack goes after Brittany about Janet, and Zack is the most wasted.
I know.
And he's crying and screaming.
I love it.
And even in the after show, he's like, I don't know what I was screaming about. Brittany wasn't standing there for the original fight.
Yeah.
So then he's like, you can never be on her side again. And she's like, I was just over here. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, you do this all the time. She's like, I'm eating sushi. What are you talking about? And he's like sobbing. Kristen is getting everyone mad at her because she called Janet names, because she called her a whore.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the problem with Janet is like when Kristen's starting to do the apology.
Yeah.
Janet's not ready to receive that apology.
Oh.
And instead she's like, look me in the eye. You called me a whore. Like, okay. Then you're not ready for my apology right now. And I get it. I'm sorry. And I'm going to back off. Like this, you're not going to receive. So I'm not. Okay. Got it. And that doesn't actually happen. This is another thing that I wanted to talk about. Kristen, voice of reason this season, she says at the end of the episode that karma, this season is her good karma because she got her engagement and like she looks good and like that kind of thing. And I agree with her. The only thing is she starts talking about how, listen, you know that as my former best friend, that when I get really amped up, I will say ridiculous things. Mm-hmm. And some of those things are nuts and they go too far. And she's like, you know that I don't mean them. That's just my personality. And she's like, well, it hurt my feelings. She's like, it shouldn't hurt. Not that I think she says, like, you should know that not to take those words seriously.
Yeah.
She's like, well, if someone called you a whore, and I think even Jason gets involved, if someone called you a whore, it would hurt your feelings. And she's like, no, that wouldn't really hurt my feelings. I know that I'm not a whore. I know that you are not a whore. I'm obviously not going to actually beat your ass. I'm just exercising these words.
Oh.
And she's like, that's just my personality. Is that okay? If you are one of those people that just says the big things, but you don't really mean them, and that's just become part of your brand identity as a person, Zack has said the same thing.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
I get it. Like, I get what you're saying, but also, or you could just not, unless you're in the correct company. Like, I will say crazy things to you direct personally.
Yeah.
And you know me well enough when to take them seriously or not.
Yeah.
However, once you are not on good terms with someone, that's not a safe place to act out. And she's clearly not in a safe place to act out. So why are you pretending like it's still okay? I don't know. I think that Kristen should know better at this point, considering that she's been on reality TV.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I can get behind that. But Kristen has been saying suck a dick for how long? What are we talking? 20 years now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she's been saying this stuff forever.
Yeah.
To everyone forever. So she does say, I wrote it down, colorful, shitty things when she's mad. Yeah. So I don't know. I go back and forth because...
Me too. It's like, is it a personality trait? And like, if you know that someone does that, is that going to temper how seriously you take those words?
I don't know. And see, when we get to the reunion part, I wrote a note. I wouldn't have apologized to Janet for that. I wouldn't have.
I don't think she apologized to Janet for Janet.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I agree with what you said. In the right company, you can kind of do that. But also I agree with it can kind of be your personality too. I mean, I don't think you should not be able to also be like, oh, I can't say that stuff. I don't know. That's just kind of stupid to me.
Like, I'm different than Kristen. I would never say to someone, I'm going to beat your ass. Like, that's because I'm just a little thing. I could never. But also, like, it's not believable. And that's just not something I would say. But and that's also a threat. But calling someone a horrible name, like calling somebody a whore, also not on brand for me. But if I called you a whore and you're not one, would you be like, that is the most hurtful thing I've ever
Are
said?
you drunk when we're doing this? Are we fighting when we're doing this? I mean,
you and I have never gotten...
You're right.
Well,
there's a lot of context.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, calling someone a whore, stop it. That's like calling the floor brown. It doesn't matter. I don't think it... You know what I mean? And
it's just
the whole,
one of those,
beating your ass things. I mean, give me a break. What I thought was worse is when Janet was with Lala and she was like, I wish she would have punched me in the face. And so her engagement could have been interrupted at the jail. That whole story, that whole thing was, I think, worse. What Janet said at Lala's house, I think was worse than Kristen in a drunken rage going, I'm going to beat your ass. Get off my fucking boat.
Because we know that there's really no teeth behind what Kristen's saying.
Right.
But it's, if you're Lala and this is your first introduction to what happened, you are hearing those words. And technically what Janet is saying is true, but she's exaggerated it just enough that while it's technically still true, but also she's mischaracterizing exactly how it happened. Right. Because Kristen was not going to hurt her.
No.
But also Kristen maybe shouldn't have said it. But Kristen was drunk on a boat and had just gotten engaged. Right. And was very upset.
It was her party and Janet was being horrible. And I don't know. So.
Yeah.
I'm half and half. Yeah.
Zack also calls Janet a whore.
Yeah.
Jason and Janet were leaving and then come back and then are leaving again.
I love that
the back
part.
And forth of those two. And Jason's on an invisible leash.
Yes.
Because they both come back and then she's like, we're going. And Jason's like, I'm gonna.
Yep.
And he's coming after Zack. And then she's like, we're leaving. If you don't come with me right now.
Yes.
And he's like, don't say that. And then they walk out.
What?
Weird.
Yeah.
Zack, he's like, Zack has crazy eyes. I mean, if somebody was like, Zack was on coke, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. I see it.
I love it.
Or he was just so wasted that one of his eyes stopped working.
Wasted. I think so.
Wasted. Jasmine lets it slip that she's going to be proposing on vacation to Melissa. That's cute.
Yeah.
And then Kristen talks about her good karma of the summer, which can't disagree with. And then that's the end of poor. And then Michelle, I think, got fireworks, and then that was the end. It was just a shit show.
I'm upset with Brittany only because I just, this whole Janet thing with her, this whole season, and I think Zack is a really good friend. I think he would never do what Brittany does with Janet and be in the middle with her and Zack, right? You know, I'm just...
Because Brittany says that she's a neutral party. But
yeah,
she
and
really
she's
isn't.
not. She's just
really
not a neutral party. I mean, I love that she stands up for herself, the way she is with Jax in her relationship. Like, I love that part about her and for her. I want that for her in her personal life, in her relationship with her son. I want that growth for her. But in this friend group, I cannot stand her. I can't stand her in this friend group. If Janet was not in this friend group, I think Brittany would be a different person. Brittany would be a better person if Janet was not in this friend group. She would be a better friend if she was not in this friend group.
I think so. I think you're 100%
and I'm just
right.
bothered by how she's been acting this whole season as a friend in this friend group.
Yeah. She says, you know, I see what Kristen and Zack are saying, but she has never been a bad friend to me.
I hate that. I hate that as an excuse so much. And then Janet in the after show, you know, maybe Brittany is my friend because I'm just a better person than Zack or some bullshit like that. I'm like, fuck off. What are you talking about? No, Janet. No, I'm sorry. Brittany is so far up your dirty asshole. It's just gross.
Again, let's throw out, I wonder if Brittany is going to feel differently after she sees the way that Jason is fucking moving after he's seen everything.
Yeah.
And the way that he's acting with Jax.
Yeah.
It's, that part feels icky to me.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Let's jump into the reunion. And they go back and forth and all over the place.
They do.
Which made me dizzy. So I just kind of went by couple. And I think we just knock out, like, here's what they've updated us since the reunion and the fights that happened at the reunion that were interesting.
Yeah. Can I just say something really quick before you start?
Please do.
So since we all know, right, this reunion is airing right now. Right, July 2025. But Jax has lost his bar. But in the reunion, we're talking about Jax still having his bar. But Kristen has had the baby. Nia has had her baby. Michelle and Aaron have broken up, right? But in the reunion, we are talking like these things hadn't happened
yet.
So it's just kind of weird. And I just wanted to put that out there. So, okay.
It is bizarre to have so much knowledge about stuff.
Yeah.
That we're watching things. And I guess part of it is probably also that we are still off the end of Love Island. So we were watching so much in real time. And they're like, this all happened a year ago. And Jax even says a couple of times, I think in the reunion or maybe it was the after show, he's like, understand that what you're watching happened a year ago.
Yeah.
But we see what he's doing.
Anyway, okay, continue.
Anyway. So Luke and Kristen, I didn't realize until the reunion that Kristen and Nia are due in the same week.
Yeah.
He's like, Kristen, how far along are you? And she's like, 33 weeks and 3 days. And he's like, Nia, how far are you? And she's like, almost 34 weeks. Which is just like, they're a couple days apart.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that was actually a little bit magical.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
And they're just such sweet friends, and Nia's so supportive of Kristen, and Kristen's been so supportive of Nia and Danny to a fault. I love that journey for her, and especially because we know that Kristen got pregnant, but we spent the entire season watching her struggle with her fertility, and I think I was really impressed and like proud of her being so open and honest about all of that. She's very raw about it. She's like, my stupid body, and how she's internalizing all of that. And the only part that I was like, she had said, I just had no idea that it would be so hard for me to get pregnant. It's like, you're over 40. I feel like I spent my whole life getting told your clock's ticking. You only have so much more time. But
Yep.
I'm glad that they have that now. I'm wondering if she's going to try and have another baby. I know that Luke wants a bunch. But she did get pregnant. She credits the hormones and IUI, which I had to look up. That's where they just...
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah.
They just put it in.
Yep.
They're like, thanks for the juice. We'll just put that in directly.
Yep.
Luke didn't get to do it. The doctor did it. I'm sure Luke did it enough. But they found out that they were pregnant 2 weeks after they wrapped up the season filming. Mm-hmm. I think... maybe she just needed to be relaxed at the end. Like, she just needed to not be in the middle of all that stress.
Sure.
She was labeled the voice of reason for the season, which I think is shocking and true.
For her.
And Matt and I were talking about it, and Matt was like, we finished up, and he was like, I don't like anybody. And I was like, oh, you don't even like Zack? And he's like, no, I like Zack. And I was like, oh, you don't even like Kristen? And he's like, I really like Kristen, actually.
Yay!
He's like, I never would have thought. And I was like, I know. I didn't think that I would be on Team Kristen, and I am totally... Yeah. I just really love Kristen now. And I'm really happy for her. Yeah. And I was like, and what about Danny and Nia? He was like, yeah, I like Danny and Nia. See, you do like people. They talk about the friendship that she's built with Jesse and how that revolved around a conversation where... she sent him a really sweet, supportive note that, as like the first olive branch out to him. They had a conversation about kind of like how his behavior was very triggering for other people. And he had never considered that before, about how in the first season when he was pounding his fists on the table, how that could be triggering and set other people off. And he appreciated that, and he took it and he went, I didn't think about that before. I'm going to be more thoughtful and more aware. And I think that he did take that conversation to heart. Kristen is a positive influence on the emotional outbursts of others and helping people. What is this? Yeah. What is this Twilight Zone that we live in? Yeah, there is tension between her and Michelle now because, obviously everything that happened last season. It's wild that she has become friends with Jesse, though, because she hated Jesse. Yeah. And now the two of them together are like buddies, and it's a weird little friendship, but I actually really like watching it. Even though I don't like Jesse, I do find him charming, and when he's in a good place, I do enjoy, like, he's a douchebag, but she's like a friend of douchebags. Like, she's been friends with Jax Taylor, and that can be an interesting, fun friendship at times when he's not a piece of shit, but we haven't seen that in a long time. And then also see her be friends with Jesse. Like, they complement each other in a good way. Yeah. Especially this new reformed version. But it is ironic, and Michelle's like, I think he's manipulating you. And Kristen's like, I don't think I'm easily manipulated. I don't know. I feel like both things are true at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I also wrote down, and we can get into this when we talk about Jesse and Michelle, but here's the thing. Michelle is the only person that lived with Jesse. She married Jesse. She lived with Jesse. And so she knows this man quite well. So you're right. Two things can be true at the same time. So he can also be manipulating Kristen and be being his genuine self with Kristen. He can also be, she can be calming to Jesse, right? He can be being his true self with Kristen, but he can also be manipulating her at times. So I can see how Michelle is a little nervous and a little standoffish about that relationship. And being like, yep, I'm done. I don't want anything to do with that. And I don't fault her for that. I don't think people should fault her. I don't think Kristen should fault her. I don't, having been married to one of those Jessies. So I just wanted to put that out there that Michelle was married to him. And so when she says, this is all garbage and this is for show, when I told him to stop crying and he did, you need to listen. People, he did stop crying. So, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both. Like you said, he's probably a little genuine with Kristen and maybe he is maybe a little douchey too.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's kind of like I said earlier, if I didn't see the aftermath of what he's saying doesn't match what he's doing, it's not matching how he's behaving.
Right.
It's just not consistent, which sucks. But Kristen has stayed on, I think in a podcast this week, somebody was like, do you have hopes that Jax can change? She's like, yeah, I do hope that. And you're like, it has been 20 years. Right. And you have not seen it yet. So, but she's still holding out hope. Yeah. She's like, if I can change, they can change kind of thing.
Right. I mean, Jesse, on the other hand, he reached out to her, he's done a little bit of a different maneuver than Jax. Obviously, they're not the same person. I get that. Yeah. But, so I do like the relationship, but also I do like that Michelle is like, red flags over here, red flags, everybody. Yeah. So,
well, and I think if I'm Michelle, I think, granted, it's a TV show that's set up in this very awkward way where everyone still has to be together. Yeah. But if you had a friend that, as you're getting divorced, forms a close relationship with your ex.
Yeah. No, get it.
Go,
I'm over here.
I'll miss you, bye. Yeah. I think it would be done. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's really room for, in reality, for Kristen and Michelle to come back.
Totally. And I don't think people should hold it against either of them. They shouldn't be.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but luckily, Kristen does have Nia. Nia and Danny, they moved to Santa Clarita. Mm-hmm. Jasmine did not sell them that house because Santa Clarita is outside her jurisdiction of what she's selling for.
Yeah.
But they got a gigantic house. I think they said they have like a 6-bedroom house. Good for him.
Yep.
She's talking about this pregnancy. Her second pregnancy was twins, and it was super, super complicated and scary and had a lot of ups and downs. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I also had twins, and it sucked. It sucked really, really hard. I had to lay down flat on my back for 111 days, and I went slightly crazy, and Matt would come home, and I had been watching Grey's Anatomy, and he would say, "Here, I had a good day. How was your day?" And I would say, "There was a little boy, and he had to get his leg amputated." Yeah. So then I had to start watching videos of soldiers coming home to their pets because it would make me cry just enough to get all of my emotions out. But if I accidentally watched a video of a soldier coming home to their children, I was done for the night. Yeah. Like, I would just continue crying for the whole night. Twins sucks ass.
Yeah.
Twins is not, I mean, I know that people think it's fun and exciting and what they really, I just want to do it once and then get it all over with. No, that's not, it's not actually ideal. Nia saying this is her third pregnancy and it's very peaceful. And which is so nice for her because she's like, this is the last one. She's getting to just really enjoy it. And I thought that was really nice. They were asking Danny how she talked him into that. And he was like, oh, she leg locked me. That he needs to stop saying that.
Oh, he does.
Don't say that.
Oh.
He's like, well, she is like a 3rd degree black belt. And it's like, yeah, I get why you think that's funny. But it's
funny.
You're going to get Janice saying that your wife is sexually assaulted you.
I know. God dang. Sir.
She opened up about, her body image issues. Granted, she's pregnant right then and there. Yeah. So I'm wondering if she's had, I think it's too early for her to have had her mommy makeover yet since the baby came. But just about how there's a lot of pressure. She's in the entertainment industry. I mean, she was Miss USA. Yeah. Or something. One of those. And it's all about, like, what her body looks like. Plus, then her husband has, like, 6-pack washboard abs. That's stressful. Yeah. I'm trying to, like, I need to lose, like, 10 pounds. And it's, like, if I'm feeling like I'm getting close to that, like, I need to go be a little bit more thoughtful about what I'm eating, or if I feel like I need to be working out more, sometimes I'll actually make more bad food so then Matt gets a little bit fluffier with me. That's the ideal, is that, like, you both just need to be just the same amount of in or out of shape. So, you make a pie. Yeah. Right. That's what she should be doing, is she should just be baking more pie. She doesn't have time to bake pie. That's what the problem is. But yeah, good for her. Getting her mommy makeover. She's going to get that done. Janet and Jason don't really talk much other than about the fact that Janet just has completely changed her body. And Andy asks her how she did that, and she lost all this baby weight. And she said it's Adderall and Pilates. Gross. Nobody cares, Janet. That seemed inappropriate. Yeah. I mean, if you were like, I'm on Ozempic, because that's like, okay. The Adderall? Yuck. It's not a funny joke. No. Yuck. I didn't like that one at all. I was personally offended because I have ADHD. Yuck. Yeah, icky. Icky a bicky. Zack, didn't really hear much from Zack. He got yelled at because he yelled at Jax. But I did like watching his facial expressions, though. Just, I wish they just at all times 100%. Had a little mini window and with just his face. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be perfect? Yes. I just want a Zack cam in the corner at all times. Yep. Jasmine also got yelled at very briefly by Jax for standing up with Brittany. She has since gotten engaged, and it's great. Yep. So I think we're going to be hearing in the next 2 parts, because we're going to talk about Jesse and Michelle still, and we're going to talk about Jax and Brittany. Yeah. But we really heard nothing, not that much from Danny and Nia, not that much from Jasmine, not that much from Janet and Jason. I just think it's a little weird that they front-loaded the Brittany Jax stuff. Yeah. So I'm wondering if we're just going to get Brittany Jax stuff the whole fucking time. Oh, you think? Okay. Maybe. Okay. And I hope, what I really want, what I need from this reunion is I deserve it. I don't. But I hope that there's some clarification between where Jasmine, Danny, and Nia are at. Because I think that's the most important thing, and everyone else needs to shut the fuck up and just follow their lead. Okay. But again, are we owed that? No, but I really would like it. I feel like that chapter needs to get closed if the next season is going to work at all. Oh my God, I know. I don't know how next season will even work. Who are they going to have to bring on? If it's Scheana, I don't know if I'm interested. Ugh. And it probably is going to be Scheana. But I don't know, because she wrote this fucking book, and she's like, Brock cheated on me, and I couldn't talk about it because Ariana was going through so much, so I needed to be a good friend to her while I was actually being an asshole friend to her, trying to make her talk to Sandoval. Oh my God, I can't. I heard a theory where someone was like, there's no way that Brock cheated on Scheana. What? Because Why? Scheana would have talked about it. How does Scheana not talk about it? Scheana talks about fucking everything. Well, I think, don't we all know that Brock cheated with at least Raquel? Isn't that a fact? No. No. I thought he stood by the fact that he didn't do anything with Raquel. What? Oh, I missed that one. Okay, I missed that one. Internet, we will do our research. Okay, I don't know. But I thought he said that he hadn't.
Okay, I don't know that one.
I know that I had heard that conspiracy theory, but I didn't know I thought it had been debunked, but you're saying you had heard it been confirmed.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. But then I saw Scheana on an interview saying that Brock, in her book, she said he was cheating on her multiple times over and over and over for a length, like a period of time.
While she was...
Right. Not just like once, So why would she... I mean, just once would give you enough sympathy, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't. I don't know.
Someone also brought up Brock cheated on her while she was pregnant. She was with Eddie Cibrian. Like, how Vanderpump Rules ended with cheating is also how it began. Yeah. And it was with Scheana cheating with Eddie Cibrian, who had been married to a Real Housewife. Yeah. I do enjoy that cosmic.
Oh, I enjoy the hell out of that. But
it's nice.
If it's not true, I might be sad. I might be
sad that Brock and Raquel didn't fuck?
Yes. What?
I don't know.
I need this to be real. What is happening? Okay.
We're going to Google it later.
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to it. Let's just hit all of our Jessie Michelle points.
Get it.
In the very beginning,
yes,
to your earlier point, he's like, "Oh, you just moved in with Aaron." She's like, "Oh my gosh!" They show a really cute picture of Isabella's bedroom at Aaron's house. I'm so bummed out that they broke up. And she's like, "Yeah." She spends half the time at Aaron's and then goes back to Jesse's house. And then Jax is like, "That's not true. That's not true."
What? What is that?
What did that mean?
Yeah. What was that? I don't know what that was.
And why does he just
chime in?
He just needs to throw shit everywhere.
I know.
They talk about the divorce and how it's who's going to win. And the ins and outs of this divorce and how difficult it has been made by Jesse are shocking and so frustrating because it's the antithesis of everything that he's been saying on the Valley of like, I don't want to fight. I don't want Isabella to lose out after we go through all this. Like we need to work this out for Isabella. Just nonsense. And then he also was like, well, and she's been weaponizing Isabella. This is to your earlier point, right?
Yeah.
Where you had said like they throw out these things that are not true.
Yeah.
And start gaslighting them to look like the victims.
Yeah.
He's like, read the comments. And even Andy steps in and he's like, well, the comments don't mean anything.
Yeah.
What are you saying? And he's like, you tell them the story. You tell them what you said to my mother. And just a reminder, Michelle's mom is dying of cancer.
Yeah.
And Michelle wants her daughter to spend time with her mother before her mother passes. And Jesse is saying, I don't want her to go deal with this until we've sat her down and had a conversation. I want her involved with a therapist because this is such a huge upset on top of the fact that her parents are getting divorced. This is all going to be really hard for her. And that almost sounds good, except for you realize that he's just pushing the brakes on letting Isabella see her dying grandmother. It sounds like what he's doing is supportive of his daughter. But what he's really doing is putting more roadblocks in to hurt Michelle for some reason.
Yeah.
And I guess Michelle had said to Jesse's mother, hey, if Isabella doesn't get to go see my mother, my dying mother, then she will not be flying to Boston to go see you ever.
Yep.
Sorry, huge lightning.
Wow, awesome.
Right by my whole window just lit up. That was scary. Everyone is 100% on Michelle's side for that. And like that would be a shitty thing to hear as a grandma, because I don't think that Jesse's mom really has a lot of choice in any of what's going on.
Nope.
Like that would be a scary, hurtful thing to hear. But Michelle's like, I have to go scorched earth or you don't let anything happen. You fight me every step of the way. I have to go extreme to get you to have some sort of reaction to me.
Yeah.
That sucks. And he's like, but that's you weaponizing Isabella. Sure. But he's actively weaponizing Isabella right back. Like, she's reacting to what he's done.
Yeah.
And, of course, she's frantic. Her mother's dying.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The child is 4. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a bereavement therapist come in and talk to a 4-year-old about death, because a 4-year-old is going to say, hi, Grandma, I love you. And they're going to read a book, or they're going to play with a stuffed animal, or they're going to play cards, or they're going to play with a toy or have a game. She's going to give her a kiss goodbye, and they're going to leave. And then the grandma will die, pass away, or whatever. And the mom or the dad will look at the 4-year-old and go, Grandma is no longer here. Grandma is up in heaven, or whatever that you believe. And the 4-year-old will go, okay. And that is it. You do not have to explain death to a 4-year-old, because a 4-year-old doesn't understand what death is. And Jesse seems to feel like he needs to have that conversation, but you don't. So there's number 1. Number 2, he implied or inferred, or I don't know the difference between those words, that Michelle was explaining all of this to Jesse's mom. Why is Michelle talking to Jesse's mom instead of Jesse telling Jesse's mom?
Right?
I didn't understand any of that. That was a bunch of bullshit to me, for Jesse to make Michelle the bad guy instead of Jesse being the bad guy to his own mother for what Jesse did. Yeah. Because Jesse said to Michelle, you're not taking my daughter to your mom's house. So in turn, Michelle's like, then you're not taking my daughter to your mom's house. So why is he forcing her to call his mom? So what? This is the problem that I have. Yeah, no, he's going out of his way to he's creating a villain. Yeah. This is one of those things where it's like, who's actually the bad guy? It's him.
It's him.
Yeah.
It's 100% him.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that he doesn't have a lawyer. So he's dragging out this divorce.
Yeah.
He wants her to pay him back for half the wedding.
Yeah. Oh, and half she spent during the marriage. That came out too. What the fuck are you talking about? Who says that? Who says, pay me back for half that you spent during our marriage? Are you insane? Who says that? I mean, this is the type of person, this is what I'm talking about when I said Michelle lived with this person and is the only person that can tell us what kind of man he is. And when he gets on camera and cries on cue and is not genuine, you need to believe when she says that's not genuine, because this asshole is asking me to pay back half of what I spent during the time that we were together.
Yeah. It seems genuinely insane. And, you know, she's said multiple times he's horrible with money. He's spending and not necessarily bringing that as much in. He's living a lifestyle that he's not actually financially capable of doing. She said that he took out a $300,000 loan, and now she's on the hook for that, the same as him. So now that they're in the middle of their divorce, they do discovery and all of the assets get frozen. Yep. And she's like, I didn't know that he took this out, and now I'm on the hook for it. Yep. So yeah, she's fucking pissed. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, of course she would be. So, I mean, that's financial abuse. He had talked about at the Zen party how it's been really hard for him financially. And then he's like, actually, I'm doing just fine. Like, look at how I'm living. I'm doing fine. She's like, yeah, well, who's paying your rent? So they talk about that at the reunion. Who is paying Jesse's rent? And he's like, I am. And she's like, who gave you a loan to pay all that rent? Yeah. And also, let's talk about the gay guy that gave you $2,500 for the birthday. Oh, yeah. couldn't care less about that. I would love to not hear anything else. I just want them to get divorced. I hate that. And he's the one that's making it so much harder.
He keeps bringing up who's winning, who's winning. Michelle has never said that sentence. Ever. Mm-mm. Never said that sentence. He's the one that keeps saying, you just keep trying to win. You keep trying to win. No. You keep saying that. You're putting that context or that quantity on it. She has never said that. She actually said, win what? Win what? What? Tell me.
We have no assets.
Yeah. What am I winning? I don't have anything. Where? Yeah. Who?
So
what?
I'm so disappointed in Jesse because I enjoy watching him, but then we find out what's actually happening doesn't match what we're seeing on the show. And it's so frustrating.
Which is what she's been trying to say the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer because that's got to be fucking exhausting.
Oh,
and like I said, I feel like the Zen party, we saw the most best of her that we've seen in both seasons.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to when there's a season 3. I will probably be Team Michelle. I'm hoping to see more of her. I want to know more about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks. That's it. Also, I need to talk about the boys chat.
Okay.
He said basically that the second that he never believed that she was a hooker, and the second he sent it that he regretted it. Fucking bullshit. Yeah. Because then he repeated it left, right, and center all over the place.
Yeah. No, I don't believe that at all. Not at all.
The boys chat is vile. Jax explains that all originated when at Tom Schwartz's wedding.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in one of my all-time iconic scenes from Vanderpump is when Tom Sandoval is a best man and he's crying and he's wiping his tears on their dog.
I know. They all look like babies in that flashback.
They do. Oh. So skinny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, the boys chat is, I think it's crazy that anyone would be part of that. It's so gross and juvenile. And then at one point in between filming scenes for the reunion, Jax offers to let Andy in on the voice chat. And Andy goes, no, thank you. That's an HR issue. He's like, you're disgusting and gross.
That's an HR issue. Stop it.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah. And Zack was in it once and he said, Jasmine makes a joke. The first vagina he sees and he's out.
He's out. They're like just sending stripper vagina photos.
No, that degrading women 24/7. That's what Brittany said. Of course.
And he's like, it's just locker room talk. Have we? I mean, I guess it depends on who you are. But I think actually that's going to be one of those fantastic points of if someone goes, it's just locker room talk, and if I hear that word and I hear locker room talk and I find it very triggering. I go, oh no. Mm. If you go, oh yeah, whatever, then you're not my people.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think of when you say locker room talk? Have you ever seen the movie Animal House?
No, because I'm just a little baby.
Oh, okay. Well, I want you to Google it, and it will probably come up with maybe a 1-minute clip, a 20-second clip. And it's a very famous clip of the guys looking inside the girls' locker room, right? And the girls are just changing. They're just changing. The girls are, right? And that's what I think of, girls in a locker room changing. I want to say harmless, but the girls are just changing out of their clothes, right? They're changing out of their clothes.
See, I just think it's a bunch of guys saying horrible, disgusting things that they would never say in front of their wives or girlfriends because they know it's a horrible, gross thing to say.
And you're absolutely right. But my point is this movie Animal House from, God, I don't know if it's the 70s or the 80s.
Is it the early 80s?
Yeah, it is very and it's harmless is not the word. It is a little bit more than harmless, but they're just peeping on these girls changing their clothes. So they're not, I don't know. They are degrading, but they're not necessarily degrading these girls, right?
It was a different time where no one looked at that and went, oh my God, they went, that guy. Boys will be boys. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking,
boys will be boys.
Right.
Vibes.
And you're thinking of this stuff where I'm thinking of, when you say locker room talk, I'm thinking of something harmless, but I know what they're doing is disgusting.
I go somewhere else. Yeah. No, I think that's kind of shows in the different approaches to it. Yeah. So, like, definitely, my immediate response matches some people's, whereas, other people are like, it's just.
And I'm not saying that I believe they're doing
not
something
that you're
wrong.
like,
no. I'm not saying that. I believe that they're absolutely degrading women and shaming women and saying things about women that they wouldn't to their face 100%.
Do you think that if Jason had an Apple phone, he would be in it? And he would participate?
Yes.
Or if he didn't participate, he'd like it?
Yes. Absolutely. I completely think so. Yep.
Gross, Jason. You suck. All right. So one of the first things Andy asks is about when their divorce is going to be finalized. This is, of course, before they hadn't gotten all their correct paperwork in on time. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, oh, soon. But he said that he's going to hold off on getting everything in because he's waiting to see if he gets fired from the show because he might need alimony. So he's going to wait to see if he gets fired to see if he needs to ask for alimony. Yeah. Yep. And he goes, that's somewhat true. Like, making her look like inferring that she's a liar. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, I was actually talking about the podcast. And she's like, you didn't say a single thing about that. Nope. She is amped up. I feel like I haven't seen too much about the reunion, like people responding to the reunion yet, but I'm wondering if we're about to get the similar to Scandival Ariana reunion reaction, where Brittany comes out, and there are a few times where I'm like, she was so perfect in her rage, and then she just kept going. Not that she doesn't have a right to, not that I don't agree with her. Yeah. But you're like, oh, you were so perfect if you would just stop talking. When Ariana was like, fuck yourself with a cheese grater, Raquel. Yeah. And everyone was like, I wish she hadn't said that. Because it was so perfect and so poised until she went that far. But it's just, she's in that rage right now. Yeah. She's having to talk about it. She's having to talk about it to the face of the person who has hurt her. Yeah. I totally get it. And I feel like that is exactly where Brittany is at this point. Like, she's no longer trying to play nice. She's no longer holding in her feelings. Yeah. If it's there, she's expressing it. Yeah. Because she's too tired to hold it in anymore, is the vibe that I got. And I feel like that's what this reunion episode was. When they have the back and forth about the podcast, or like why he's waiting to file because he might want alimony. Fucking gross. That's so much true. Fuck you, Jax. Andy was just doing the quick introductions. Hey, you look great. What are you doing? Oh, hey, you're pregnant. I know. Oh, hi. I heard you're engaged. Like, he was just doing the quick hellos. Oh, yeah. And then I think he was trying to just do a quick hello. You're going to be divorced soon, right? Great. And instead it turned into a thing. Andy moves on to say hello to someone else. And Brittany turns to Kristen and goes, I'm already shaking. And you can just see it's all of the chemicals have been released in her brain, and she is just stressed. Kristen's trying to console her, and she goes, I'm already shaking. And Jax goes, you should be. Yep. This is what I'm talking about. This is what these men do to these women on purpose to make them look crazy in front of people. They want these women to do that. That's scary shit.
Yeah.
That he would say that to her.
Yeah.
He also, they, like, in the very beginning, everyone's coming in and getting ready, and they do kind of the scenes. Andy's, like, holding a banana, and he's like, hi, how's it going? No, I'm at the reunion for the Valley. And I'm like, you're so wacky, Andy. But when Jax shows up, they're like, hey, you ready for this? And he's like, I'm ready for war. Why are you ready for war, you son of a bitch?
Yeah.
I don't understand how he feels so fucking validated and
entitled. Yeah.
That's the word. Mm-hmm. Entitled to be such an asshole.
Yeah. To the mother of his child.
Yes. As Danny says, he has no leg to stand on, but he thinks that he's like number one guy in the group still.
Yep.
It's nuts to me.
Yeah.
Andy turns to Danny and they're talking about how they're going to have 4 under 4.
Yeah.
And basically they start talking. He's like, oh, you're all done. Are you going to get a vasectomy? What's going on with that?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we should have a party where we all get together and go get vasectomies. And Jax's response to that is like, oh yeah, I definitely might do that. I don't want to have any more kids. And this is what I was saying. Brittany's like, yeah, you better, else you're going to have 20 baby mamas.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, all right. So he's, all right. She's like, yeah. And he doesn't use condoms. She's just like, all his shit. She's just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't use condoms? And Jax is like, yeah, I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
How can you, in this day and age, be anti-condom?
I don't know.
If you're, I mean, like, if you're married or whatever, you're fine. But, like, if you're having sex with more than one person and you're not in a committed relationship, how are you not?
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. So gross.
Mm-hmm.
So gross. And then Brittany's like, he's like, yeah, I don't use condoms. And she's like, I would not touch that dirty dick with a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, that's not what you said 4 months ago. They're, like, in it immediately, ready to fucking duke it out.
Yeah.
Max talks about how he's going to have a really hard time when Brittany wants to introduce Cruz to guys. This came up. Oh, fuck. I forgot a Jesse and Michelle thing. I wanted to talk about Jesse's girlfriend, and I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Jax was like, yeah, it's going to be really hard for me. It's just my mentality. And they're like, it's none of your fucking business. Like, you don't get to police that. And he's like, well, that's just me. That's just a trigger.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing that drives me nuts is these guys and anybody who starts to use the words that they've learned in therapy.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, this is my wound. That's my trigger.
Yeah.
You're in therapy to learn how to manage your own triggers, not to take your triggers and make everyone else responsible for working around them because you're wounded. Like, fuck off. Jesse with his girlfriend. Jesse, when he got his girlfriend, a month into dating the girlfriend who cheated on him with the guy from Baywatch, she reaches out, a month into dating, reaches out to Michelle and goes, hey, let's have a mom-to-mom boundary conversation. I'm spending a lot of time with Isabella. 1 month into dating. So all the shit that Jesse has screamed about how he doesn't want his daughter around Aaron, he's got a new woman sleeping over and braiding his daughter's hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's inappropriate. And he does not bat an eye at it.
Yep.
At all.
Yep.
That's another reason that's so crazy. And then his girlfriend didn't want to be on the show and she threatened lawsuits, was like, no one can talk about me. And he's like, well, then Aaron was on the show for money. Aaron didn't get paid any money for being on the show.
No.
That seems a little nuts to me. Aaron should have been paid to be on that television show. Yeah. All of the talking about him that I have done and he's not getting paid for it,
I know,
makes me sad for Aaron and his big ol' eyeballs.
Yeah. But no, Jesse is being a sexist and he's being controlling over Michelle, saying, you know, I don't want my daughter around your boyfriend, but my girlfriend can call you. No.
She's a mom, so it's fine.
No. The two parents of the child discuss. The girlfriend does not call the mother and say, let's have a discussion. If my ex-husband's girlfriend calls me, I'm hanging up on her. If she shows up at my house, I'm slamming the door in her fucking face. You don't get to talk to me about my kid. The parents talk to each other. That's how that works. Jesse's a fucking coward. That's what that is.
Oh no, he's trying to let everyone else do the thing. And then he's pretending that he's approached it in the correct way.
No. He's just trying to control Michelle, and he's a sexist piece of shit. That's what's so happening.
Fucking gross.
No, yeah.
Jesse, I want to like you. Stop fucking it up. I can't.
Yeah.
All right, so back to the Jax and Brittany stuff.
Yeah.
They end up showing a montage of Jax in therapy from all of Vanderpump Rules. And it's a joke. This is him again.
Yeah.
He learns a little bit, and then he twists what he's learned into a weapon or a shield. Well, you can't say that to me because I get triggered by that, or that's a problem for me because I have anger, and I'm working on it. He's been working on all of these things for 20 years.
Oh, yeah. No, he says the therapists don't work out. No, there's a reason why they don't work out is because you're a piece of shit and you're lying to them. And you're lying to them and you don't know how to do therapy. What?
Yeah. And it's just nutso. It's just nuts. I also think he starts to talk about them dating other people and like he won't be having any women around Cruz. And he also says, and I expect the same from Brittany. Mm-hmm. So this is something they at least haven't talked about it much in the reunion, but that actually kind of freaks me out a little bit. At one point in the after show, he had said something like, she's still young. She could have more kids. I hope she finds someone else. But then he also starts to say these things where he's like, I would never have a woman around Cruz. I think you can't really bring kids around your significant others for a long time. I'm not going to ever get married again. I'm never going to have more kids because I need all of my focus to be on Cruz, and I expect Brittany to do the same. He's actually saying it's bad for Brittany to ever have another relationship. It would be selfish of Brittany and neglectful of Brittany to have another child, is what he's insinuating.
Yeah.
And that's not true. Mm-mm. That is gross. And it is scary that he's going to frame it that way because there are people that are going to hear him say that and go, that makes sense.
Well, he doesn't get to control her anymore. I'm sorry.
No, but from the outside, he's going to have the narrative that if she has another significant relationship and if she has another child, that's at the expense of care that Cruz should be getting. And I think that sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's an incredible mom and he's going to try and he's been doing it. He did it all last season too. Saying that what a horrible mom that she is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's going to be doing that. And it's, I think, a little bit scary, honestly. And they had both been at the beginning of this season, right before they had already been separated. They'd been living separately. And he had gotten upset. The big freak out was he got upset about Julian. That's when he flipped the table that hit her in the knee. She immediately turned black and blue. He also, we find out, broke her Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Which can't be easy to do.
Right?
You've got a million of them. I have mine. I've accidentally chucked mine across the parking lot on multiple occasions, and it is perfect. It's got a little scuff, but that's it. But he broke her Stanley Cup. He threw her cell phone and shattered it. He threw her laptop and broke it. And he picked her up and threw her into a rose bush. He goes, I never did that. I never did that. And then you have everyone else chiming in, no, you did. You did. We saw it. She's like, I have it on Ring camera. They've all seen it.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's what we find out. Well, over the summer, was it the spring? It came out on social media that something happened on the Ring camera and nobody would talk about it, and no one was
talking about it.
Nobody would say what it was. And rightfully
Lala
talked
that there was a video, but they never said exactly what was on the video, but she said it was horrific.
Yep. And that's what it was, apparently. And people are worried that he will end her life in some fashion, some way, somehow. And he is looking like he's not far from it at this point.
100%, because he says in this reunion, the reason he went to rehab is because it looked like he was going to lose his son, and it looked like he was going to lose his job. And those are the two things that meant the most to him. And so that's why he went to rehab. He also says, when she moved out, he stopped paying for the house. He stopped paying for the car.
Yeah.
He stopped paying all the bills because he didn't give a shit about any of it. He is so comfortable letting their world burn when he is unhappy.
Yeah.
I genuinely, we're not the first people to say it, but I genuinely worry for her safety. Plus, he's already been physical with her.
Yes.
She even says that the Julian incident, that's a hard thing to say, is not isolated. Other stuff like that has happened before.
Yeah.
And we've seen him. It just continues to escalate.
Yeah.
I don't see this being safe for her.
No.
And that's scary as shit because, look, he has lost his job. He doesn't have custody of his kid. When all that gets finalized in the divorce, do you think she's actually going to give him? If she has full custody, she doesn't have to give him every other weekend and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, she doesn't have to give him anything. Nothing.
And I think after this reunion shakes out, I think less and less people are going to have anything to do with him.
Yeah. And he even said, 5 or 6 years ago, his breaking point was when he lost his job from Vanderpump. So it's all starting over again because he just lost his job here again.
Vanderpump, he lost the podcast. He started a new podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going.
Yeah.
And then he also just lost the bar this week.
Yeah. He just lost the bar again this week. And then
he's framing all of it as like, I stepped away, but that's not what happened.
No.
Because everyone else is putting out your... At one point, she just unleashes on him. And she's like, I did get together with Julian. I wasn't dating Julian. We were just hooking up a couple times a week.
Yep.
Which I needed that. I needed to feel good about myself. He made me feel attractive and wanted. And I needed that because you degraded me. You told me how disgusting I was, how stupid I was, and you made me lose my sparkle. And that's when Jax was like, ugh, enough with that. Which, to be fair, I also feel that way. I don't want to hear about anyone losing their sparkle. But she gets to say it because she was fucking married to Jax.
Yeah.
But any chance that he has to shit on her, he's going to shit on her. And he's doing it actively and over the top in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then pretending to be... Then he's surprised when people are like, no, you definitely threw her into a fucking rose bush. We watched you do it.
Yeah.
I never degraded you. I never body shamed you. They're all like, we saw the text messages where you said that she was a tree trunk because she had stretch marks.
Yeah. Yeah.
She just had his child. And he goes, ugh, yeah, but whatever. He brushes what he's done off, and then he's like, but you dated Julian.
My God. Yeah.
And he was dating other girls immediately, too. Fucking girls immediately, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he also says that, like you had said 6 years ago when he started to unravel the first time, he'd been fired from Vanderpump, and then COVID hit, and his wife's pregnant. And then what sounds like the emphasis for him is that then he doesn't know how he's going to provide for his family. Well, Brittany picks herself up by her bootstraps, which isn't a real thing, but right, she starts hustling and she brings in a shit ton of money. She was doing Jenny Craig. She was doing all the Instagram stuff, all the brand promotion shit. And she got all of the money.
Yeah.
And then he resented her for bringing in all the money and treated her like shit and made her the villain for bringing in money when he wasn't.
Yeah.
I turned to Matt and I was like, I'm never going to make more money than you. But let's just say that I did. He was like, I would just bring you extra coffee in the morning. He's like, I guess I can see feeling guilty because you want to be the provider, but also it's our money. We're a team. Like, good job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is kind of what you would hope the mentality is.
Right. All of these men, this friend group is so disgusting and disappointing because
yes,
Brittany is bringing in all the money in that household for those two people and that family. All the men in that friend group, they put her down and they support Jax and they coddle Jax and they baby Jax and they tell him what a good person he is and they tell him, oh, you can do it and you're such a great person and you know, you're going to make it, buddy, and this is going to be all right. And meanwhile, he goes home behind closed doors and degrades her and, you know, throws tables at her and body shames her. And all she's doing is providing. And these friends of her,
they're like, yeah, but don't you see how he could feel emasculated that she paid bills?
Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? I would not stay in that friend group for all the money in the world. It is so horrible to watch these men, how they treat her. It is just gross. I mean, yeah. I
specifically Jason,
exactly,
who should be on her side. He's seen it all over the place. Tom Schwartz, super disappointed in him. Luke, I feel like, is there because he has to be there. Yeah. I don't think Luke is actually friends with him, and I feel like Luke says the things that you want him to say without getting himself in a position where he's going to get punched in the face. Like, he's not combative, but he's certainly not babying him, which I appreciate. Jesse, who for some reason pretends to be on Jax's team, but I think even Jesse is like, we're not buddies.
We're never stood up for Brittany, ever. Never.
No, you're 100% right. He's not doing that. He does occasionally give him decent advice, but he's not following it for himself. And Danny, I feel like is just like backed out, like, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is like, well, then your monkeys are our circus and we're going to build this into something.
And all they do is they're like, why are you still with him? Then they blame her. And I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening in this friend group?
I have a $17,000 mortgage. And my son's just been diagnosed with autism. And Jax is stalking me on a Ring camera.
Oh, okay. Sure.
What?
Sure. Well, I'm going to just go home and be physically abused, mentally abused, financially abused, verbally abused, emotionally abused, and I have nowhere to turn to and nowhere to go. Oh, and my son is autistic on top of it. Sure. I'll just go ahead and take care of all of that. Yep.
I'll just do all of it. And then you have Jax playing the victim, playing the martyr, and he's like, didn't want to uproot my son. He's like, I've moved out. I had to get that townhouse. I didn't want to uproot my son.
Oh my God.
He has no money for this townhouse. I have no idea how this has worked out.
Yeah.
He's talking about the financial burden that he's created. Who hasn't made a mistake on their taxes? A $1.2 million mistake on their taxes.
That you chose to make because you didn't pay them on purpose.
Didn't pay the government on purpose. Didn't pay your mortgage on purpose for 7 months. But then she doesn't know how hard it's going to be. Yeah, cleaning up the mess that you fucking made that she's been cleaning up left and right for the last however many years.
Yeah.
He thinks that what he's saying is making him look good, and he doesn't hear the hypocrisy in what he's doing.
And that crying was completely fake. He was not crying at all. No. And yes, you are the devil. And yes, you are not human. I'm so sorry.
Well, he's like, I know that I'm not the victim here. And you're like, then shut up.
Yeah.
Like, man up. You're saying that you feel emasculated by her making money,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe stand up and take accountability, and then maybe you'd feel a little bit more like a man.
Yeah. And she does, I just want to say, bring up the fact that she thinks he's taking steroids. I 100% believe. I have believed he's been on steroids ever since this show started because of the after show. He is gigantic. He has blown up physically. Watching that after show, he is huge. His arms are huge. His neck is huge. And she said his mood swings are out of control.
Outrageous.
Yeah. And even Andy looks at him and goes, you do know that your anger problem will be a setback if you're taking steroids. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm not on steroids.
I'm not.
And she's like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. He 100% is on steroids. Yeah, he totally is. And that is going to be a factor if and when he unalives her, because that's just what steroids is going to do.
It makes sense because, one, Matt said the same thing. Like, he's huge. And if he's not on drugs, like he says, drugs and alcohol ruined my life. And I want you to, the drug testing thing where he's like, I want you to drug test me. I want you to hold me accountable.
No.
Like, it's her job to hold him accountable.
No, it's his
job. It's
not
not her responsibility to hold him accountable. It sucks that he's made that everyone else's job. I want you guys to hold me accountable. You guys weren't holding me accountable, and that's why I went crazy. Like, no.
What are you talking about?
If he's not on drugs, just weed, and he's not drinking alcohol, but he's continuing to be so irrational.
Yeah.
And he's continuing to be so erratic.
Yeah.
And so highs and lows.
Yep.
And scary, then what is that?
Yep.
That's his anger problem? That's not okay.
No. I don't think it's his anger problem at all.
No. And he says basically that, that's why their show is so real, because he's willing to be so open about all of these things.
Nope.
Like, no one wants this. No one wants this. No one wants this for Brittany. No one wants this for Cruz. No one wants this for Jax.
Yeah.
If there was no Valley, if there was no show, if you and I had to talk about a different show, oh no, I would much rather have his shit get figured out. I would rather he was boring than be this, because whatever this is scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and we've got 2 more episodes of this Valley reunion. And I, honest to God, I'm wondering what's going to pop out while these are getting aired.
Yeah.
What crazy, stupid shit is he going to do when he continues to get backlash?
Yeah.
On a lighter note, you've seen the Justice for Jax.
Oh, yeah. Garbage.
It's clearly him.
Yep.
Everyone thinks it's him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these very bizarre AI images of Jax Taylor usually crying while people are laughing at him, or him, like, studying a Bible while no one cares about him.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's him getting a parade.
Oh, yeah.
It's whacked out.
Yeah.
It is some whacked out shit. Ugh. Jax Taylor. Maybe the same thing will happen to him that happened to Hulk Hogan. Hopefully sooner.
No. Nice.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
It's a joke.
Everything that we say in this podcast is alleged or a joke.
Allegedly, like Zack likes to do.
Allegedly, or a joke.
Yeah. Thank
you, everybody, for listening. We will be back next week with something.
Yep.
But either way, it'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
I don't
have anything.
My brain just turned off.
I love you.
All right. I love you. Thank you for doing a podcast with me.
Yes.
And we love you guys for listening. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.